Hey guys, this is James, and we are we're sketching this dragon. Um, I'm using just a mechanical pencil, just anything. I've been like really liking the last couple of days. Just telling people I want to ride a Triceratops, and so my inspiration is just thinking about that long, pointy beak that the Triceratops has, because who doesn't like that? So as we go, you can see I want to start sketching lightly uh, as we try to get this head shape in. Everything goes back to shapes, right? And we're just going to keep playing with the shapes while I go here, and uh, you can see it kind of looks. This looks like very much like a dinosaur. Like this is a cartoony looking Triceratops guy. We're gonna start working on his wing here. Oh, I'm gonna have to go up over this crest, and it pained me to do that because I really like the pointy thing, but my wing just needs to come over here. And see here, give it a little pointy guy at the end, because pointy guys at the end are really cool. I don't know how you guys like to start off with your drawings. I personally, this is a good way for me. I'm going to add another wing because I don't always get to draw both wings. This is a neat way too to draw, guys. If you're coming up with like a daily drawing plan for warm-ups, and these really are kind of warm-up drawings for me. That, and I really like posting the dragons every day. But this piece of paper is gridded, and oh man, my camera's going out of focus. It's looking at my hand. Look at those thumbnails. That's bad. Anyhow, I gridded off the whole piece of paper, and so there's like 15 spots on there, and I've been kind of adding one every day. And that's if you're looking for ways to get into like practice, or like you're coming up with like a funk and you can't figure out like, what do I want to draw right now? What do I want to do? These grids will look really cool, and you can kind of keep coming up with ideas on how to do that. This is themed, right? This one is dragons. This guy, now I'm starting to like add some spikies because I like spikes. We're gonna add some in the neck here. Try to make it a little more like a dragon, a little less like my pterodactyl. Like I said, I started with an idea. The one right above it, I started with a toad. I'm like, let's turn a toad into a dragon. All right, we're going to. Oh, I don't want that pen. We're gonna get the small Sharpie pen. I find that the Sharpie pen versus a Sharpie fine liner gives me an even finer line. In most of these on this page, I've been using the Sharpie fine liner. This is just sketch paper, and so it's a little thirsty. But I also find that like using Sharpies, like if I were doing a piece that I was selling for commission, I probably am not using the Sharpie pen or Sharpies. I'm usually going to grab like my Microns, which are made with archival inks that are fade proof. And but I'm going to tell you, these work really well for like the smaller art or art cards and things that I'm not going to put like a $200-300 price tag on. As we get there, I'm staying pretty loose with my lines. Two reasons. This gives it a little more of a little sketchy look. The other reason is when I'm doing some of these fine small drawings, if I death grip it to get a sharp one, you're not going to get the same life in my hands. Believe it or not, are going to hurt after a while. This particular piece, this little dragon, we're going to look at like a less than 10 minutes to draw a daily dragon that I want to post. And so I'm just trying to get in. I'm starting here with this fine line. You'll see we'll go over with some other ones. Some of these lines here, purpose of these lines is just to add some shape, some depth, give this thing like, make it look so flat, right? Like just a line drawing can look flat. You start adding these shading, adds more depth, more perspective. We can use this to start like adding a little more definition now. I haven't erased anything yet. you know, I'll do that last, especially with a piece of art like this, you know, leave my guidelines on until I'm done. Then I'll use a kneaded eraser and roll it over it and take it out. The sketchbook paper is a little toothy. Gives something different. I actually usually like to draw my like comics or draw commission pieces on Bristol, and I like smooth Bristol. My art desk, which I'm not on right now, I'm sketching actually in my dining room while watching some cartoons. It's the 90s Justice League caught my attention this morning, so that's kind of what I'm watching while I doodle. And then I'm checking my voiceover stuff as I go here. Get some rough lines with my quick pen here. Again, get some this wing here in the 4. You know, in my mind, I'm thinking, hey, we'll add a little more detail. This wing in the back, you're going to see, I'm not going to add the same kind of detail. Almost kind of silhouette it or just line it out, let it have some more depth. Again, we're going to add the little spiky guy, because spiky guys are cool. As we're working on the dragon, and we're drawing the dragon here, and we're putting on lines, and the lines are cool, and just give it some shading here. Way different than some of the pieces on the rest of this one, where I'm actually just using lines to convey it instead of like using a big black marker. So this one's going to have more of a sketchy look versus that bold look. As you can see, we're add some more shading in here, change the direction because I'm changing like where my emphasis for the part is. Again, adding some depth with some of these smaller lines to try to get this done and knock that out of the way. Yeah, this cavernous mouth, kind of like mine, that isn't shutting up, so we can just kind of keep working on that as we keep going. Oh, put one pen down, and obviously we're going to grab that fine liner. It's got a thicker line, just kind of outline some stuff, make some things pop out a little bit. And then this is another way to like do some separations of some of the parts, and helps kind of define some areas a little different. You can see that I draw as much with my pen as I do with the pencil. I often will move my paper when I draw, but when I'm doing this, I'm not. I'm moving my hand in some crazy ways. See how that kind of brought those spikies and defined that out. This separates the head from like that wing, you know, and a little bit heavier line. Other times, like some things that you should do, like my lines in the front, if things are closer, we're going to add a thicker line. Background lines are thinner. If I'm breaking a portrait, I'm coming even closer, I'm going to have an even thicker line. So see if we can define this wing a little bit. And the other wing, I don't want to get crazy into the detail on that one because it's kind of like shadowed in the background for this particular part of the sketch. We'll make this a little darker. Well, guys, this is James, and this is me drawing a dragon. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, which I enjoy. I enjoy drawing the dragon a lot. I don't know. I'm thinking about coloring these as well. What do you guys think? Let me know. Alrighty. My phone is beeping at me. We're about out of time here. Guys, again, this is James Tenney, and I doodle. See you later.